Hi everyone, this is Greg and welcome to my another battle report. Once again I'm playing my Lizardmen versus Bretonnia, 2,500 points, and we roll for a down attack scenario. So here is the magic. The Bretonnian got the Prophetess level 4 and she is rocking a lot of heavens with the Chain Lightning, Comet of Cassandra, Harmonic Convergence and Wind Blast. And the Damsel level 2 using a lot of Beast with the Savage Beast of Horse and Wise and Wild Form. So here is the Lizardman magic. I've got my Slan, which is a level 4 using a lot of life with the Dwellers below, Throne of Vines, Awakening of the Wood and Earth to Blood. And also I've got the Skink Priest level 2 with the lot of Beast, and his spells are the Savage Beast of Horrors and Wildside Wild Form. So here's the battlefield overview. We've got a couple of towers, a few hills and forests, and the swamp in the middle. That's supposed to be impossible terrain, and my opponent placed that and said, yeah, this is impossible terrain. I said, no, I rolled d6 on a 4 up, it's a swamp. He rolled 4 times in a row and 4 times in a row he rolled 6. So it was lots of love. So here's the deployment. On the right flank I've got my Ancient Stegodon with the blowpipes, 12 Skink Skirmishers with the javelins, and with them is my Skink Priest level 2 with the Cube of Darkness. And yeah, they're on to be on the right flank. Then on the middle I've got 12 Skink Skirmishers with the blowpipes. Right on the center I've got a 20 Temple Guard with a full command and his land. He's rocking Harmonic Convergence, Channeling Staff and Reservoir of Eldritch Energy, and also a Dispel Scroll. So basically he's channeling 3 dice on 5 up, and he can restore 1 dice on 2 up on my opponent magic phase. I also got there my Scarvet, which is a BSB with Armor of Fortune and a Great Weapon. So he's a 3 up armor save and 5 up word save. Then next to that I got Sour Scarvet on the cold one with the Dragon Helm and Light Armor and Great Weapon. After that I've got another unit of 12 Skink Skirmishers with the blowpipes, a Salamander with the 4 Skink Handlers, and on the left flank I got a unit of 35 Saurus Warriors with the full command, hand weapons and shields, and with them I have my Gorok. Yeah, this dude is a stubborn, so that unit becomes stubborn immediately. And then to the left of that tower I've got Saurus Allblood on the cold one, rocking a Secret Stegodon Helm of Itza with a Great Weapon, Dragonbane Gem and Potion of Full Hardness. So this dude is +1 attack in turn he charged. He also got 1 up, his toughness 6, and the Dragonbane Gem is 2 upward save versus Flaming, which doesn't play an effect in this game, but yeah. So this is the Lizardman deployment. Here is the Bretonnian deployment. Here you can see on his left flank he is the 6 Pegasus Knights with the full command. He already vanguarded them. And then he got the 9 Knights Errant with the full command and the Banner of Cannons. That banner, I knew later on my unit is not able to stand and shoot reaction if he declared the charge on it. Behind that hill he got the Prophetess level 4 with the feedback scroll and Ruby Ring of Ruin. This is basically a fireball. And then he got the Trebuchet on the hill and the 10 Peasant Bowmen. I believe this unit is a full command as well. So here in the center he got the Damsel level 2 with the Dispel Scroll and the Iron Course icon, and 9 Knights of the Realm with the full command and the War Banner, 10 Grail Knights with the full command and the Razor Standard. With them he got the General Lord with the Heartwood Lance, the Grail Shield and the Downstone, and also he got the Paladin as a BSB and Virtue of Audacity, whatever that means. And on the right he got another Trebuchet and another 10 Peasant Bowmen, and also with the full command. So the Bretonnian went first. He didn't install the initiative. I allow him to go first. So the Bretonnian, there's no charges declared, and the movement looks like this. He parked his Pegasus Knights behind that swamp and the tower, and he moved his knights. The magic phase, he cast the Comet of Cassandra, and this is the bubble version. Because he cast it through the irresistible force, he suffered a magical feedback. So the prophetess didn't suffer a wound, and the damsel took a wound for his trouble. The shooting phase, the trebuchet lands direct hit on the ancient stegodon and didn't wound it. So very lucky, very lucky. I didn't lose my ancient stegodon in turn 1 after giving my opponent first turn. So continue on. Another trebuchet hits direct hit as well into Scarvet on a cold one and cause 1 wound to him. And peasant bowmen's shoot in the skink skirmishers, causing 1 wound to them. And the right unit of skinks, another unit of peasant bowmen, caused 3 wounds. So the lizardmen turn 1, and the movement looks like this. Completely forgot about taking a stupidity test for my call one. I need to say to myself next time, yeah, it's just I don't know, I just can't remember that anymore. I'm not playing the Orcs and Goblins for animosity, so yeah, anyway. So we move on. The movement looks like this. I'm keeping my Scarvet at 12 inch away from the slan, just in case I want to regrow the wounds from the lower attribute. And the right flank looks like this, and just moved. Completely forgot as well that the skink skirmishers, the skirmishers allowed to march and shoot, so just moved them 6 inches. Yeah, and beginning of the magic phase, the Comet of Cassandra decided to came down, and this is the result. So the skinks on the left took 6 wounds. Scarvet on the cold one took 2 wounds, so he's dead. Temple Guards took 1 wound, that was lucky. The skinks on the right before that swamp took 4 wounds, and here look at the Pegasus Knights. They took 6 wounds, so 3 of the Pegasus Knights are dead. Very unfortunately for my opponent. Anyway, I follow Dwellers Below on the unit of Knights here, and he didn't pass 3 of his tests, so they dead. And here's the Bretonnian turn 2. He decided to charge my skinks, skirmishers with the javelins. My charger action was stand and shoot, and then he prompted me that you cannot use the stand and shoot reaction, so you stand. So I stood there. So it was nearly an auto charge, so he put the unit in here. And he fly over his Pegasus Knights on the rear of my Temple Guards, just threatening them for the moment. In the shooting phase, the peasant bowman caused 1 wound to the skink skirmishers. Then the trebuchet lands and scatter from the old blood, and the template land over one of the skink handlers, causing 1 wound to him. And the peasant bowman shoot into skink skirmishers, causing another wound here. And look at that in close combat. And he caused 5 wounds altogether to my skinks with the javelins. And yeah, I was supposed to pass my cold-blooded break test on Snake Eyes, and I failed it. So he pursued after me, and he run me down. However, he took 2 wounds for dangerous terrain, passing that forest for his trouble. And the Lizardmen turn 2. Here how it looks. Once again, I forgot to take a stupidity test for my all blood on the cold one. Oh jeez, damn it! I need to remember that rule. But anyway, the other movement looks like this. I just mark them all. reform my king skirmishers before that swamp. Now they 6 inches away from the Pegasus Knights, so they will be trying to take poisoned. And here's the magic. I roll a snake eyes for Winds of Magic, so I got 2 dice. Then I channel another 2, and I got 1 from this attribute of this land. So I got 5 dice, and I managed to cast Throne of Vines and Earth Blood on my Temple Guards. In the shooting phase, the Salamander shoots short and 2 inches only. And the Bretonnian turn 3. Here's his main block. Grail Knights charge my skinks. They elect to flee. Then he passes leadership test and redirect into the Salamander. She also decided to flee as a charge action. And yeah, he had to go after her. The Salamander, I think, rolled 3 for running, and my opponent rolled well enough to run this Salamander down. The remaining of the movement looks like this. He put his damsel closer to a center and parked the Pegasus Knights in front of the Grail Knights. This is just the other view of the board. Down in the far left corner, you can see he's just reformed his knights. And the magic phase, he used his ruby ring and fire his fireball into the king's skirmishers, causing 1 wound. Then, for lack of spells, he decided to cast a chain lightning on my king's skirmishers, causing 3 wounds to them. That bounced off and hit the temple guards and caused 3 wounds to them. And the shooting phase, I think, yeah, another direct hit from the trebuchet, and this time he wounded me and caused 3 wounds to him. And the peasant bowman, I think, shoot in the Saurus warriors and cause 1 wound to them. So here's the Lizardmen turn 3. Here's the charge declarations. I got my all blood charging this unit of knights on the top. The Saurus warriors charging main block of the Grail Knights. Yeah, the Temple Guards decide also to charge the further unit of knights. I think they're the Knights of the Realm. And the Ancient Stegodon charging a trebuchet. And yeah, look at that. So the Temple Guards failed the charge. I think I should go for Grail Knights there. Yeah, but I don't know. I just went. So that was an auto charge from the Saurus Warriors into the Grail Knights, and Cold Blood was auto charge for into Knights of the Realm. And here's the magic phase. I got 12 dice for my magic phase. I didn't cast the Throne of Vines, and so he dispelled that. I was trying to cast Awakening the Woods, and never mind that double 6s here, but I think he also dispelled that. And then I cast it Dwellers Below, and it was low for cast, so it didn't went through. Yeah, I managed. I seems to be managed to cast 2 spells with 2 dice from the Winds of Magic, and when I'm getting 12 dice for Winds of Magic, I'm not able to cast any spell. It's just the dice. So here in the close combat, my Gorok issue a challenge, and his General Lord accepted. So here is the resolving close combat, and I took 1 wound, so 1 Saurus is dead, and then I caused 3 wounds to this Grail Knights, and I also caused 2 wounds to his general, so he's 1 wound left. So he was Snake Eyes on the break test, and he failed it with the reroll, and this is the way he's gonna flee. Pass over me, I think he took a wound from dangerous terrain because he was going through my unit when he was fleeing, and then his BSB and the banner of the unit died as well for failing the break test. So he managed to run away, and I stopped 1 inch short to this Pegasus Knights. The other combat, the Old Blood managed to kill 2 of the Realm Knights. I think I had 2 wounds and a charge on the flank, so that was a 4. He had 2 ranks and a banner. Yeah, and he managed to stick. So he reformed, face me. And here's the Bretonnian turn 4. I can see the charge, the Pegasus Knight charge the Saurus Warriors. He reformed his Grail Knights, so they passed the leadership test, and he moved the other knights closer to them. So the magic phase, completely nothing to do, so he put the Comet of Cassandra and rolled 2 dice on the Snake Eyes, or sorry, the double 6s, and put just in front of my Temple Guards. Yeah. He cast that with the Irresistible Force, so he rolled on the miscast table. He got the Calamitous Detonation. So he put over template over the wizard. The wizard took a wound, and the template also touched the trebuchet, and one of the crew died. And the close combat then, my Old Blood caused another 2 wounds to this Knights of the Realm. He didn't cause any wounds to me. I think this time I got 2 wounds, and then he got the rank and the banner, so that was a draw, and then he got the musician. So I was cold-blooded on 7, and I passed that. Jeez, it would be very unlucky if I failed that. I'll have to, yeah, I'll be off the board. The other close combat looks like this. He caused 2 wounds to Saurus Warriors with the Pegasus Knights, and then he issued a challenge. I issued a challenge with his champion. He caused 1 wound to Gorok, and the Saurus Warriors managed to take a wound off the Pegasus Knights. So it was it was a break test for me with the Stubborn and Leadership 9 from the General Aslan nearby. I passed that easily. So the Lizardmen turn 4. I can see my charges are the Stegodon into Trebuchet, hopefully this time, and the Temple Guards into the Knights of the Realm on the rear. Yeah, just to show all made it. And the magic phase, I cast the Earth to Blood on my Slan, so the unit is regeneration on 5 up. And from the lore of lore attribute, I managed to heal 1 wound of that Gorok. In close combat, I think impact hits killed. Oh no, the impact hits actually rolled a 1 to hit, or actually 2, and then I didn't wound that trebuchet. So the skinks on the top, they managed to kill that one remaining of the crew. The trebuchet was gone. He overrun and hit the Prophetess level 4. And the unit of 10 peasant bowmen failed the break test for unit destroyed in 6 inches, and they run away. And the close combat here, I completely wiped out that unit. The Saurus Warriors overrun and stop 1 inch short from the All Blood. He reforms, so the next turn is easy charge on that damsel. And here is the auto combat, and this time I caused 3 wounds to this Pegasus Knights, so they dead. And in the challenge, yeah, that was a draw, just no wounds to each other. And yeah, before that he managed to take a wound off that Saurus Warriors as well. So he was, I think he was Snake Eyes, and he failed it, so he ran away. I decided to pursue after him, and I run him down. So there was no Pegasus Knights, and in that long pursuit they hit the main block of his general unit, so the Grail Knights. So now they in close combat as well. And that was it. My opponent said that's fair enough. It will be definitely a tabling of Bretonnian by the Lizardmen. And so we calculate the points. It was a defeat by a Bretonnia. I cost 1,443 points. That was the 3 banners and a BSB with that points. And the Lizardmen took 579 points. So that was a 3 unit of Skink Skirmishers with the Skink Priest and the Scarvet on the cold one. And that Salamander. So a very fun game. I really enjoyed this one. For giving my opponent the first turn and then rolling for the swamp 4 times in a row 6 and didn't really use that rule. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. If you do, thumbs the like on the bottom. Put some comments, and I'll see you with the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.